Yeah. Roll with your boy. Yeah. I'm out here trying to make the impossible possible. It's like trying to make a lesbian go straight. You sexy in your flaws and you sexy in your face. Play my tape while you text me in your bra. You could fall through, no freak shit. I remember the first time I saw you, no geek shit.
Alright, this is Niles P. I'm with Joe College and Nando. This is Civ Sav and What's the Movement collaboration interview. So, alright, I've known both y'all a minute or whatever. And I remember motherfucking y'all as athletes back in the day. 2 sports, fullback, all that type of shit. I mean, how did you first really make the transition from, you know, athletics, doing all that, shooting the ball, running, and then to rapping? For both of y'all too.
I mean, it's all the same to me. Like, the goal is still the same, you know, just to be successful. It's like maybe what we're doing has changed a little bit, but the goal is the same and it's just carried over. Honestly, that helped me a lot with the rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to be disciplined a little bit, because sports you had to be very disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like what he said, it's the same. Like, sports, to me, that was like fun. Like, I really wasn't a sport type of kid. Like, I did it because my friends, you know, were doing it.
Yeah.
So I just started, you know, playing football. But music always was one of my passions. Like, I just always loved music and was always into that.
And I was doing music back then.
Yeah.
I remember the little DHO joints or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. One of the things I noticed too, and I always tell people this or whatever, like I remember the line of symmetry thing over I Like the Way You Do It. It was like y'all first greatest hits or whatever. That'd be #1 the greatest
That's
hits
a classic
collaboration.
right there.
Yeah.
It's like a neighborhood.
What I
classic.
remember that, yeah. One of the things though about it was and this like really shows your growth as a lyricist. Like at the end of one of your verses, you said something to the effect of, I'm probably fucking it up really bad right now. Something, I'll put bullets in your polo. And I knew you from way back then. I'm like, oh, not Lamb. He's a nice kid. He's not putting bullets in my polo. I got this from Macy's for cheap. Come on, man. And then but it's a function of youth. And now you're more mature with your lyricism. Like, how did that really evolve? How did you go from you know, the fancy stories to more grounded type shit you do now?
School, but at the same time, I still got a little bit of that in my new stuff, because like I might not be I might not be like a criminal and shit like that, but my whole message is ain't really nothing to fuck with, and it's still not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all the same. Yeah, but college kind of humbled me out, and like it's the whole new wave of rappers, like Drake and J. Cole, their stuff was a little more grounded, but I still got a lot of my elements from back then and my shit today.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the 90s, and that's definitely like your type of thing or whatever, like you're gonna have like that rough edge and just, you know, the fucking Tims and Bubble Goose type shit, the Mob Deeps, the everybody, you know, Boot Camp Click, all that type of thing. No matter who you are, even my suburban ass, you're gonna have that little rough edge where you kind of feel that way.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is.
It's like you're gonna die if you fuck
It's
with
part
this
of
thing.
being a man too. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But look, it may not be like physically like killing you, but you shouldn't fuck with this. That's basically what
Pretty
it is.
much.
You know?
Very East Coast way of thinking or whatever. Alright, so another thing is, nowadays, and I argue with my coworkers about this all the time, like, everywhere you go, it's like trap music all day, every day. And like, you know, for down south, that's their culture, it's their heritage, GZTI, whatever. But it's made its way up north where you got, you know, Bobby Shmurda, ASAP Mob, do with the I, Fetty Wap. Everybody's doing all this bouncy ass type shit or whatever.
I mean, I
like,
think Fetty Wap's kind of got his own lane a little bit.
A little bit, but it's still like trap.
It's kind of
weed.
similar, yeah, but he kind of, you know, revamped it a little bit to his liking. Like,
Yeah, where you could like sing or whatever with it. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
My main question is like with you, like you're kind of going against the grain. I know people from around our way trying to make trap shit. Like how do you like, you know, survive doing your thing when everybody else, the entire world seems going, you know, a different route.
Well, I ain't a product of that music or that
Yeah.
that type of stuff. That's just not really what I listen to. So that's plain and simple right there. Like
Yeah.
Bobby Smurda, he like 4 years younger than me, so I just missed that. You know, like I mean, it's people my age, people older than me that's really into it, but at the same time, that's not really. I'm not a product of that. I'm not a product of anything. Even Gucci Man, like I fuck with some of this shit, but I'm not a product. I'm not a product of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know cats like that I graduated with or whatever, they're still doing the whole, you know, from a production standpoint, the hi-hats, that snare that's every damn where, the 808's punching you in the head. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I want to this and this. But who are your influences, though, as far as, like, rapping goes, your whole style, your whole 90s aesthetic?
Everybody, like, when I say that, I mean, because I could say, like, Jay-Z
Yeah.
and Biggie and Niles, and that's, of course, for everybody, like, Method Man, Grand Prix, everybody. Like, I listen to everybody. Nobody I don't listen to. Just music, yeah. Just music, music, period, like, because you can go deeper than rap. Like, Sade is some of the first shit I ever, since I was, like, a little kid, yeah.
You had that point on, what was it, Mahogany, where you did the little Ordinary Love joint. And I didn't get it at first, and then I'm listening, you know, Sade's greatest hits later. I'm like,
Yeah, word.
do the Weebay gif or whatever, like, turn around, like, oh shit, damn, I get it now.
That's some of the first shit I ever could remember. Like I could listen to No Ordinary Love and it take me back to being a little kid because my mom was big with that.
Yeah.
She was big with rap too, but she was big with Sade.
Absolutely, yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
You also have a credit where Busta Rhymes and Q-Tip with Lil Wayne and Kanye, they sampled the Thank You Heavenly Father joint, which was cool. It was definitely a good song. But I'm like, you know, a select few know it, but Joe had it first. Joe College had that first.
Yeah. Well, the whole song was about barbecue. Whatever.
Yeah.
And that song, I Want to Thank You. That's one of the biggest.
You know, they're cleaning up.
Yeah, it's a house record, and it's one of the biggest songs as far as barbecue and just having a good time. And when I was vibing out to the beat, I just started thinking about that. And I just started singing, and I can't sing.
Yeah, I mean,
a
lot of motherfuckers can't. They still will or try
I
to.
felt
at
it
least.
though, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the other things though is your name, of course, Joe, which is, you know, a general term for like somebody in college, like, you know, Joe College, dude, you know, regular ass student. Now that you've graduated, because you did graduate from Wesley a year ago, congratulations. That's, you know, excellent. You know, an excellent thing to do nowadays. So, in time too. Don't know about do that shit. I'm still going. But now that you out of college, are you gonna keep that moniker, or will you ever tweak it? Like, you know, Bow Wow drops a little.
That's gonna be me.
As your brand.
Yeah, that's just. I feel like you just say everything. It's just that higher level.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Another thing I noticed, especially as of recently, you could look at all your projects, like I said, you know, Line of Symmetry, up through the Marvin joint you just did. And you could see your growth with everything, which is dope. One of the things I definitely noticed, and this is another 90s East Coast type thing, is in a lot of your joints, especially Knowledge Born, you have a lot of 5% influence in there. Is that something that you just kind of picked up from around the way because we always got people, or is that something you really subscribe to personally?
I mean, a little bit of both. I'm a product of that.
Yeah.
Because it's so heavy in our area.
Absolutely.
So growing up, that was just in my face a lot. Yeah. And as I got older, you know, me and my friends build. That's what we do.
Makes sense.
That's it. Yeah, we build a lot, so it was only right for us to get into that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you really, as a kid, you just, you know, you see the peace sign, the peace god, like the little lingo here and there, and then as an adult, somebody's like, yo, you know all that shit's from like 5% or like, you know, Nation of Gods of the Earth. I'm like, oh wow, listen to that Erykah Badu joint, it's all on and on to all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
dope,
yeah, it's strong. Like,
yeah.
It's definitely strong. Any of the older guys that I know are serious. They're serious.
Yeah.
And that's what I always want to be, serious.
Today's math and all that type of things.
Just like one of them, like you can't tell, like you could say, like one of them could have a job. It could be a job, work for a Fortune 500 company, but they put bullets in your polo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. One of the things I noticed with you is, as far as collabs, you know, you do a lot of stuff, or you've done stuff before rather with John Money, which is cool. You know, Next Town Over, it is what it is. All kind of, he comes to your 90s aesthetic when y'all work, which is dope. And other than that, you've had, you know, Mike Sav, a couple other people here and there, but you're very, I guess, picky or selective rather with who y'all collaborate with. Like, if somebody wanted to get on with Joe College, like, what would they have to, like, what would they have to do? What would they have to be like? What would the vibe have to be?
They would have to be 100% focused on what the fuck they do. Like, I hate like fans. I hate people that just trying to work just because. Like, you know, like I tell everybody that like I don't really do features like that because I don't really want to hear nobody but me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
So like, of course, Ja, that's my man, and I'm a fan of him since young. So me and him work, and me and Mike Sapp, first time we ever got in the studio, that shit was magic. So it only makes sense for us to keep doing it. But I don't know, features is like a lot of people do features now just to do them. It don't make no sense. It has to make sense.
Just for the sake of doing the feature, being like, got a new song with blah blah blah.
I ain't really with that. Like I'd rather hear myself rap 3 times or twice. That's it.
Yeah, plus like, I mean, your whole theme is like, you know, 90s back in the day type joint. All those classic albums, they didn't beat you over the head with features. Tribe didn't have a ton. AZ, Nas didn't have a ton. And then like, you know, you kind of have that going still. This is more for Nando or whatever. Because I knew you rapped for a minute now, and then you seemed like you popped up within the last maybe year or so doing the engineering thing and beats and whatnot. What inspired you to get into that, and how did that come to be? Besides, like, you know, just being around, like, Joey all the time.
I was always into music. Like, I had a DJ set in my room at, like, 13. Turntables, mixer, everything. Okay. And I did a couple parties in high school and stuff, so I always was into music.
Alright.
But, what mainly got me wanting to do it is going in the studio and watching someone else do it, and I'm like, you know, I could do that.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, it was history, and plus, my cousin used to do it. My cousin had a studio.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, I was in the house already, so it was kind of like, it would have been dumb for me not to try to do it.
Yeah.
And then my right-hand man, you know, my air, like, he raps, so like, why not make his job a little easier? And we didn't have money coming up going to the studio, so we had to do something, you know, we had to figure something out. So that's what really got me into it.
I mean, it makes sense. We kind of have that too, whatever, where it's like, you know, you got, I'm the writer, Rams's the editor, Issa's like the people person, Queen will put her thing out every once in a while, Simone's the fashion expert and a really damn good writer, and y'all starting to build your teams, whereas like, you know, Quick's kind of look like the money man, you're creative, you do the nitty gritty shit, you just bring people in. As this is my final question, this is, you know, we got to invoke the name of the damn show because I think it's somewhere in my contract, right? Right, okay, cool. You've had some joints out, like you've had like the Marvin one, which I really liked, you had the Genuine one, the Pony joint, which was cool, you had the Jungle thing with John Money. Like, let's name the show is What's the Movement, meaning, you know, what's next, what are you doing next? So this is going to be a combo thing. A, what do you got going on next? And B, like, you've had a lot of, like, freebies and stuff, you know, SoundCloud, DatPiff, all that type of stuff. When can we see you on either, like, an iTunes type deal where people really have to pay for it, or, like, you know, an independently, like, direct from artist type thing? What's going on with you next?
As far as what's the movement now, it's just to keep doing what I've been doing.
Right.
But we definitely turning it up a notch. Like you see, we got the little studio. We didn't have this a year ago, so we definitely gonna turn it up, trying to create a new sound.
Yeah.
I ain't really gonna give a lot away about that, but you'll hear it when it come out. And my next, whatever I put out next, it's gonna be sold. We're gonna sell it.
All right.
Even if it's like, it's gonna be like probably A side, B side, like 2 songs every week, maybe 10 things.
Kind of like Kanye had the Good Friday there.
Right.
Has like a freebie joint.
Yeah, but I still got throwaways. I still got something to throw out for free. But the next thing I'm really working on, we're gonna sell it.
I mean, it's still definitely gonna fucking put $10 or whatever the hell it is aside for that joint.
It'll be, when it cleared up, it'll be like, it's gonna be like an A side, B side type of thing. We're gonna give you a track. It's gonna be the single. How back in the days had the singles, and it'll be another song on there. But the songs that we got, we're gonna give you the instrumental. We're gonna give you the track. Might give you another version of the track, because we got beats that we worked on like 6 different times, so they sound like 6 different ways. I might put a couple different versions, you know what I mean? Just different mix. Like, might give you a G mix, original mix, give you the instrumental and shit. You know
subtle joints that like people don't notice all the time, but then you're like, wait, that version's different from that version. That's actually better. I prefer this over this. Nando, what about you? Where do you know, what's the movement for you, and where do you see yourself taking your skills technically to the next level? Like, what do you want to do next?
Well, for me, it's just getting better at my craft. I'm also going to be heading out to Atlanta in a couple weeks.
Is the whole team going to that, by the way?
I'm gonna stay back for a little bit.
He's gonna stay here because he wants to, he's focused here. He wants to work on his project.
Yeah.
It's the best move for him. But I want to get out there, connect with other engineers, connect with other producers. Get my face out there, build my brand. Like just really get the ball rolling on everything that I'm working on. Music wise, and networking wise, just meeting new people. Period.
Yeah.
That can help me manifest something. Feel me, make something bigger than what it is now.
All right. Slim, we're definitely gonna do this again. Next project that comes out, I'm calling dibs ASAP, like right now. Just so everybody knows. Pleasure.
It's a pleasure, man.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I've been around these dudes for a minute. Neptune on top, Civ Sav, what's the movement? We out.
Two honeys on the grill, 2 honeys on the grill.